Hello everyone and welcome to the 1-year Twichiversary of Streaming with Steven. Honestly, part of me can't believe that it's been 1 year, but here we are. Full 365 or 366 days. I don't think last year was a leap year, but I don't have the brain power to figure it out right now. But either way, thank you all very much for being here. No, it was a leap year last year, but not this year. So 365 days. Woot woot. Yeah. Hey Man-Made, welcome. Actually, I should start off by saying welcome to Cosmic and Linux as well, who were here in the chat from the get-go. So I'm going to start off this magnificent stream by going to bed so that I don't die. Wait, do I have an elytra on? I do. Fantastic. That would have been a great way to start it as well. Feels like I've always been streaming. It does to me as well, but also I still feel like I've got a ways to go and a lot to learn. So yeah, everyone, thank you so much for being here. So anyone who, I believe those of you who are in chat now are also part of the Discord, which is awesome because I've placed basically a new channel in the Discord under Welcome called Minecraft Bingo, and it has all of the rules for Minecraft Bingo listed there. You got it. Nice, Linux is there right away. So everything you see there in that Nightbot command is what you want to keep an eye on for today's stream to see if any of those things happen. Then that's basically and Linux, if you want to hit bang bingo there. So anytime one of those things happens, then essentially if I don't notice and one of you notice, you can call me out on it. So by hitting the bingo command. Oh, I have to change that to put an @ symbol in front of it. Okay, cool. Uh-oh. And that's basically so that I see it in chat. It calls my name out so I get a chance to see it. So basically once there's the list of 12 incidents that you see there in the Nightbot command. If 6 of those happen in one stream, then we've got bingo. And if bingo happens, it looks a little bit something like this. So then the first one brings bingo up. You want to take a quick peek around and make sure there are no creepers. We're good. Okay, so the first bingo, or the first incident brings up bingo on the screen. And then as more bingos progress, or as more incidents happen, you get dab 1, 2, 3, 4, and 3. Hello? Oh. I'm not sure if you're seeing what I'm seeing, but Streamlabs is deciding to be a little bit uncooperative. Well, that's not good. Just 1 second. Does that work? Alright, so we might have to do... might have to restart the Streamlabs iOS app in a second there, but so I can't turn those off at all now. Okay, it just disconnected and reconnected. Okay, cool. There you go. So basically, that's what it's going to look like when all 6 incidents happen within one stream. And then basically we just have to, and we'll leave that up for the entire stream to let people know that it just happened. So if that happens on the first stream, then I will have to sacrifice a stair block to lava. Cool, thanks Cosmic. I just had my, apologies, had the interface freeze up on me there. So if it happens in one stream, then I will have to sacrifice a stair block to lava. And I think I'm going to leave it up to the chat to decide which stair block to sacrifice. And then the second stream in a row that happens, I'm going to have to finish the rest of my stream without an elytra. And then the third one, I have to eat coarse fruit to feed myself with the rest. The 4th time in a row that happens, I'll have to go and basically streak through the nether without any armor on, or especially without any gold armor on. And for happens 5 times in a row, I have to go punch a zombie piglin. And just for since we're talking about this, just for fun, hey Moon Girl, welcome. Good to see you in the chat. I've actually decided my route that I'm going to have to follow. Actually, I'm low on potatoes there, so I should go get some more. There we go. No need to die right away, Steven. So let's start this off by outlining the route that I will have to take when when nether streaking or punching a piglin. I can never remember where I put the potatoes. Because I know I baked a bunch of them not too long ago. This is fantastic. Oh, I must have left them over here. I say must have, like it's the only other option, but we shall see. But I know I had a stack of them. I'm pretty sure I cooked 2 stacks of them. Huh. Barpith, no worries. Welcome, welcome. Good to have you here. Alright. Well, I know I cooked 2 stacks of potatoes. I just don't know what I did with them. This is a great way to start off the anniversary stream. Foodless. Checking over here. I know I was over here a little while ago. No, perfect. I'm just gonna bring some rotten flesh just in case I run out of stuff. It's so bizarre. Can it be that runs out of food already? Yeah. It is. But like seriously, I cooked 2 stacks of potatoes there not too long ago. Where did I put them? I'm not blind, am I? Well, that's not... There's a very good chance that I just cannot see. So messed up. Okay. I have yet to run out of food though, so don't be counting your He has 5. And I brought rotten flesh with me specifically as food. Dang, where did my food go? Alright. Maybe we'll get runs out of food right away. That's embarrassing. Alright, so... I know. Cheaty. So we won't count that as food. So basically, I've decided that for the nether streak and the punch a piglin, I'm going to punch a zombie piglin. I'm going to come out here. And I might as well start over here because I think this is just in a bit, like it just drops off into nothing. As far as I recall, this one is just a big lookout at the end. Yeah, okay. So, I'm going to start my nether runs here and basically sprint this way. And so the whole goal of this is going to be to streak from this very, very end point, well, not the end point, but that lookout in the nether. Go through here. Actually, for the zombie piglin ones, I think I'll probably just come over here and punch the first one I see, because I'll do that for the streak. I'll start there, come here, or I'll just come here and... How did you get up there? I didn't think you could get up there. Wow, looky. Alright, basically punch one of those dudes, then come running this way. And essentially, I guess for anyone who hasn't been here before or seen the giant mushroom, we'll use... My goal is to run all the way to the mushroom and then lock myself in it. So, has anyone here on stream not been to the warped mushroom yet? Because there's not really need to run all the way down there if anyone's seen it before, but if anyone hasn't, I can always go down there. Look at that lovely lava. I'm assuming the Citadel has the coolest nether. It does. Oh my goodness, now, Lennox, I don't mind. So basically, I'm going to run after punching a zombie piglin. I'm going to run down here. So we have a long hallway of possible attacks. I mean, this is a pretty safe hallway. It is also my tea sipping hallway. So I did make a tea before this stream, so sadly for you folks, that one will not be included today. So might have to use some parkour skills to get around some piglins here. Basically this entire length. Uh-oh. Food already. Alright, that's I have two left to last me the way back. So I'm gonna have to sprint all the way down here. And that's usually a high congestion area of piglins and or gas. All the way down this hallway as well. I'll have to rethink this maybe. I don't know if these hallways will be as dangerous as because they're very long, straight hallways. It is possible that there's going to be a ton of them chasing me, which could make it dangerous. But if it's not dangerous, we might find a different route. Will he run out? Find out next on Streaming with Steven. And there are almost always piglins right here. This is where I'll probably get offed every single time because this is a high congested piglin area. And so I need to get out here while they're still all aggro, down these stairs, through the tunnel, and if I can make it all the way from the other end of the nether into here, then I'm safe. So I figured this is a fair distance to run for the nether streak and the punch of piglin. So Alistair McFly is here. Welcome, welcome. They are just baked potatoes. Potatoes with jackets, that's right. Just baked potatoes, unfortunately. I do not have the stylish jacket potatoes right now, but... so how does everyone feel about that? That is a fairly long nether run. I think it's probably pretty good. So I'm not going crazy long distance. Oops. Now that I'm here, I should check to see if I've got any food in this place so I don't run out. Man-made is lurking, so... Potatoes! Sorry, folks. We've got potatoes. And carrots. Alright. I'm happy, but also disappointed for all of you. I know. Alright, so... But I'm going to be running back, so I'll definitely have to use some potatoes still. There's still a whole stream that this food can run out. This is all I have on me right now, so I have to remember still. But, so that's, what do you all think? Is that a fair distance to run? I mean, it's not crazy long, but there's some key points, like right here, almost always piglins, and in this area right here, almost always zombie piglins again. So yeah, I feel like there's a few different areas that I'll be sort of have a safe amount of running when I do this, but also a few areas where I can get incredibly ambushed. So I feel like that's going to be a good run. Stupid food. And for those of you who don't know, Cosmic, if you're a supporter on Twitch or Patreon, in the supporter chat section, Cosmic posted a photo of a whiteboard that she filled up for Bingo, Minecraft Bingo, with all of the different incidents that could occur, so she could wipe them off. Yeah, I've been looking to use it actually even more because now that we've got a ton of gold. And after actually watching Firepith, watching you and Frostburn use them, I'm keen on giving them a go. Keen, I say, keen. So I feel like this would be a very long, treacherous hallway in which to punch a piglin. Yeah, I've got a bunch of gold. So as this goes along, I mean, this is just the beginning of Minecraft Bingo, and part of me wants to not make it incredibly easy for Bingo to occur like every single stream, because I don't necessarily want to disrupt what I'm working on every single stream. I'd like it to be something that's a challenge to achieve. They're a rare delicacy for me. I'm usually a jacket potato or an ex-cow kind of ex-cow. Nice. The new mouse is pretty good. Oh yes, thank you. Thank you all very much to Twitch supporters for your generosity has allowed me to buy a brand new gaming mouse for my computer. I got an ergonomic Logitech gaming mouse that has 11 buttons. 5 of them I will probably never use due to button confusion, but it's actually super comfortable in my hand. So thank you very much for your support, because it allowed me to buy new equipment for which to enjoy the streaming. I'm very happy. Moongirl asked if you have closed captions up. I do, actually, yes. Hey, Spare Mist, welcome to the chat. Yeah, I do have the captions activated. Whether or not they are working, I'm doing alright, thank you very much. Today is my 1-year anniversary of streaming on Twitch. So very happy about that. Oh, and we are past 20,000. I didn't even see it. We're past 20,000 days on the Citadel. Woohoo! You can see right here, past 20,000 days. That happened a while ago, apparently, and I did not even notice. The closed captions are working now. Perfect. Okay. Actually, thank you very much for checking. Ran into a bit of technical difficulty. Well, yeah, not having the easiest time remembering to put them on and for it working all the time, but gotcha. Okay. Again, thank you very much for checking. So in today's stream, we're going to do a little bit of a little bit more work on the pillars up here, because we made some decent progress on the upper levels. So we'll have to get rid of some of this dirt and whatnot and get some stone. So for those of you who weren't here on last stream, I'll show you what we did. So essentially we have not full pillars, but the pillar structures minus the stairs. So these just need the stairs all the way around, as do these ones all the way up there. And we've also basically placed markers for the location of all of the other pillars up top here. That was a really roundabout way to do it, but oh, I will. Don't worry. It's gonna happen. It's just it's going to be build the structure first and then decorate it later. So these are, I've got the fence all the way up there, and then essentially those are where all of the upper pillars are going to go. So once I have those finished off, that won't be the end of the pillars, because I also need to no worries, Lennox. I appreciate you popping by. So this, actually, I don't know. These pillars may not even need to go in. I'll have to build some sort of pillar in here, because they would be up here no matter what. So I will place them along here. You just won't be able to see them all. Holy smokes, that's a late night party down there. And I'll probably clear out some of this hill a little bit so you can see more of the pillars, if for no other reason, so that I can properly light the area down here, because that's looking pretty dangerous, I gotta say. But it's coming along, so we're going to do a little bit of that, but I'm also going to go, I'd like to spend a bit of today's stream working on house designs. So, because for the town of Asteria down here, all of the houses are going to be, believe it or not, stair themed. Unbelievable, right? But yeah, stair themed houses. I do have some ideas already, so pretty excited about those. So dirt, 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 dirt. Take some stone down from there. Got cobblestone. I don't really need any... Well, I will need some andesite. Do I have any room for... Oh, there we go. Andesite. That's all stone. All dirt. All stone. All stone. My goodness, do I not have any andesite left? Pretty sure I did. I may not. I may have to make some. Let's load up on the cobblestone here then. Alright, there's some andesite. There's probably a little bit more in here. And by probably, I mean... Oh, yeah. Okay, good. And we've got some more of these stairs. Plenty of stairs. Okay. Or walls, I mean. So maybe we can just finish off. The houses are indeed going to be shaped like stairs. And there are basically four different... Well, three different blocks you can choose from. There's the regular stair. Yeah. It's either going to be this stair shape, just the regular one, this stair shape, or the inside corner stair, which I have. Oh, I don't have any of them over here. But it's basically, essentially the outside corner, inside corner, and regular stair. And then some are also going to be upside down stairs as well. But that's essentially it. That's the plan anyway, but we're going to play around with the designs a little bit to see. And they're just going to be rough structural designs for now. So let's... I'll do these pillars here and just help light this area up. I don't know why I'm not doing that yet. Yes, light, you're going to have to move actually. Put you right there for now. Cool. No, I appreciate it, Spare Mist. I think, and what happens sometimes is people get on stream and they just, and I appreciate you wanting to help. I do. What happens sometimes is people get on to some streams and they just essentially direct over and over again and try to tell the streamers what to do nonstop, and it gets to be tedious. And so that's basically what we're trying to avoid here. So I do appreciate these suggestions. Yeah, enjoy the rest of your day, and I appreciate you popping by. It is now for when somebody notices an incident. So if you just do, if you just did bingo, then it would basically is a way to alert me on screen that bingo has occurred. 1, 2, 3, 4. Originally, I was going to use it so that it was just to alert people, or whenever a bingo happened, it would be like a bingo counter for the number of times. But Lennox actually questioned that at the beginning. Anniversary stream, oh my goodness, good one. The Twitch anniversary stream. Totally what it should have been, Moon Girl. Where were you when I was planning this? I'm just kidding. Oh, Elkhorn showed up? Hey, Elkhorn! Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. And then we'll do... three of those, and the rest is stone, because they all get hidden. And it's almost bedtime? No. It's just dark for 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Dang. today's your anniversary stream. It is, Alistair. Promise to be more active once this Zoom meeting is over and with no audio on. With audio on too. That's cool. I appreciate it. Well, fair enough. I wholeheartedly appreciate it, Alistair, and I will let you know once again once you are back. Or once you are vocally available. So let's do... Right, since the stairs are the things that give us the most grief. Or let's do these, because they give us a starting point. And then we can do this and jump on it. Dark for the afternoon. More likely it's the mob farm you're standing. Quite possibly, quite possibly. Oh, I totally forgot. This one, this one's only supposed to be a corner. So those fences... Or I need to fill in... I need to fill in some of that. Steven says he heartedly appreciates it. Wholeheartedly. Uh-oh. Foreboding. Alright, so this... Yeah, we'll just go for stone the rest of the way here. No need to overcomplicate it. So, yeah, for the bingo thing, it's going to be a bit of playing it by ear to see which is the best way to go. Because it's going to be either I'm going to have to add more incidents, or oh, actually it's almost bedtime. Let's go to sleep, shall we? Basically, I don't want it to happen too frequently, so that it's an amazing thing when it does happen, or feels like a special thing when it happens. But I also don't want it to never happen. So I may do it if it seems to be so infrequent that it's that it feels like we'll never get up to bingo level 5. Then what I may do is actually stop doing it, so it has to be in a row for a while. Not transcribing the stream. Nobody expects you to. Well, he might, but it isn't fair. So yeah, it's going to be, the bingo is here, but it's going to involve a little bit of playing around. So if we find that it's not happening frequent enough, then I may remove the rule where it's so many streams in a row. But if it feels like it's happening all the time, then I'll just switch it over to, I'll switch some, basically it's open, it's a flexible thing, so we will play around with it, see how it goes. For now, I'm happy with the rules for now, so we will just see how it goes. Alright, and then we'll go up. And then I fill in this one as well, right? Oh, is there a bad dude in there? There is a bad dude in there. Oh, this is far too enjoyable to not do. Oh, where did you go? Took away my anniversary fun. Gosh darn it. Tested a lot, exactly. Well, this is what I was gonna do. Just fire charge one of those bad boys. Well, thanks for nothing there. Actually, let's do stone because we have too much of that. Happy to be part of the testing. Count on you, Cosmic. Always count on you. Oh, we're out of stone already, are we? And then let's, I guess, use cobble. We need to replenish some resources already. Whoosh. We'll zoom way out, and then whoosh way back. And then whoosh around. Come back out again. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, I thought I was going to make it over the benches. Cosmic, do you know offhand when the... Actually, let's go make some andesite because that is more important. When the anniversary for the Citadel was going to... Or when the Citadel anniversary is? I meant to ask somebody a little while ago and totally forgot. So, if you don't know, that's fine. I'm not trying to put you on the spot on stream. But... Yeah, I am low on the andesite apparently. I made too many fences. That's what happened. Not too many fences, too many walls. Hey Kendo, welcome to the chat. Good to see you. Welcome to my Twitch Twichiversary stream. I think anniversary stream is the best. Trying to figure out the best word mashup for this, but yeah, we're gonna have to dig for some more andesite soon. Most unfortunate. But that's alright. 'Tis the nature of the gig. This whole building thing. So we're gonna need to make some more andesite stairs and whatnot. Especially the whatnot. We need to make a ton of whatnots. Are those stairs? I forget. One brain. No, those ones will not be covered by stairs. So let's finish off these because that's the most annoying thing to try to do. Cool. They're annoying because you have to jump up onto them. So many whatnots. Never have enough of those. Exactly. It's always good to have spare whatnots. That actually startled me a little bit. I ran out of wall at the exact moment I went through the cloud, so I thought something more drastic had happened. Good morning, Aldebar. Welcome. Good to see you here. Love seeing a lot of the regular, friendly faces here. It's awesome. Thank you very much for joining me on this 1 year celebration of sorts. Yeah, this whole anniversary, doing this anniversary stream got me thinking about other dates streaming wise. Like, oh yeah, what's this? Oh, what's that? Because I'm going to be doing Father's Day stream with the boys, and I realized that is going to be, I forget what year, but that's the first day I played Minecraft was with them. I bought it on Father's Day to play with them, or I bought it, I should say, to play with them on Father's Day, but I forget what day that was. So that'll be fun. That's like another little milestone. Alright, so that's got all the walls up. So let's build this up a little bit. Oops. Ah. Oh my goodness. All kinds of stuff going on down there. Now they're too far down. I can't use the fire blast on them. A useful bench. Hello! You're all in time for today's bingo. Although nothing in the bingo has happened yet. So I may have to change some things. Oh, thanks, Aldebar. I really appreciate you saying that. I'm very happy that I started as well. Just, it's, and I keep saying that I liked it more than I thought it would, but as much as I hoped it would. It's been a really fun experience. And it's sort of helped quite a bit. Well, thanks, Aldebar, for the 200 bits. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Much appreciated, kind sir. Much appreciated. Let's put one of those down there. Yeah, it's just been it's been, yeah, a lot of fun. Met some very cool people, virtually of course, but still, it's feeling like a shut-in a year ago is why I started, so it's been very helpful to have a way to connect with people. And yeah, I'm very grateful for it. It's one of those things that I would never would have imagined before a year ago. I mean, it always interested me because I know Joel, I know Alistair, and I knew Megan, but I knew them specifically streamed. But then I knew Megan streamed as well. But it was just once COVID hit, I kind of went, huh, that could be a possible thing to try, and loving it. Loving it and grateful for it. And we are out of andesite. Womp womp. Poor andesite is gone. Those like that. We can just fill this all in, I guess. Can we reach it? We can. Boop boop boop. Cool. Just like that. Poor Andy. Indeed. And poor Andy wasn't even consulted, and they're just gone. Oh, I just realized Andy's another good gender-neutral name. Then my eventually when 1.17 comes out, I'm going to go back to my single-player world a little bit and start over the Isle of Shardia. But one of the things I want to do is when I create or find a village and create a village market, then I want to give them all sort of gender-neutral names. That's another good one. Andy has left the building. Exactly. Lurk. Appreciate the lurk, useful bench. Always, always appreciate it. Ooh. Good. Glad you started too. Your streams are one of the... Oh my goodness, Cosmic, thank you so much. That means a lot coming from you as well, because you were like the Twitch sweetheart. Like everybody who knows you knows how awesome you are. So that means a lot coming from you. Thank you very, very much. See, and this is one of the things that are just so great about it. I mean, how can you not enjoy it when there's just this wicked awesome community? Alright, so we need to get some stone. I should check these two, oh no. Quickly! Ah! Wait. Why not 2 arrows? Skadoosh. Why did you not catch on fire? Come on. Come on. You need to come low enough so I can get your arrows. That's the whole reason I brought you down here. And, oh, and no arrows. Jeez, creeper party up there. Cool. And it's a wall of mobs, exactly. We will definitely need to do something. Oh, you didn't die. Most unfortunate. We're gonna have to find a way to light that. Much better than it is lit already. Well, once this comes out, this whole middle section, and we taper that hill some more, because this hill basically is the one that comes down here as well, and it's sort of jammed into the top. And I kind of want to taper it down like this to make it less aggressive on this side, which means it will be probably start tapering down there, and this whole area in the middle is going to come out as well. But yeah, oh, food. Eat them potatoes. And just so everyone knows, like in terms of the bingo incidents, the falling from a high place also includes if somebody asks me to do the Icarus clutch challenge, And no worries, Aldebart. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, so if somebody gets me to do the Icarus challenge. Oh, were those there all this time? And I'm just completely blind? They must be. They must have been. Yay, Steven. Or maybe that's the one chest I didn't check. Oh, that's why. Because as soon as you click on it... Yeah, when you click on it... The word's covering it. Huh. Look at that. So... I wouldn't have completely run out of food anyway. Completely running out of andesite, though. That is another story entirely. That is unfortunate. So we may have to mine for some. But I want to check everything carefully because this is ridiculous. Sorry to have to go through all of these blocks again, but I need to make sure. So, oh, there we go. I was going to say, I could have swore we just dug up a whack of it a little while ago. Let's grab these. Grab that. In your face. Literally. Stone. Oh, we need stone. Might as well grab it. Oh, there we go.
Tuesday!
Is it Tuesday already? Oh my goodness, I do not such things. Okay, I need to get the timer ready. Okie dokie, hold on. Do your spooky. I'm going to get this done in an awkward but efficient way. Okay, there we go. Moon Girl, thank you so much for using your 2,000 viewpoints on Tuesday's Child. We got 2 minutes on the timer. Here we go. Okie dokie, so it is Tuesday. Woot woot. Like my favorite boot. And so we're going to take some of the diorite. And I'm full of diorite. Okay, we'll take some cobblestone. Maybe put back something we don't need, like the powder that's red. Stick it there. Take the diorite. Essentially, I want to make as much andesite as I can before... Oh no, wait. You're right there. Look at that handy box. We put that in there, this in there, and we get 2 of them. So good. And then it's like we mix our favorite ingredients and come out with a diorite and andesite cake. So put the cobbly back. Is good. Okay, now we go back up the stairs. Well, everyone has a favorite boot. Even if there's a pair, there's always one that fits better, you know? Even your favorite boots has a favorite boot. Okay, now we go back up. I'm just going to keep an eye on the time here so that I make sure I don't forget to build the housey houses out of these stairs. So I guess that is a bit of a, not necessarily a conundrum of sorts. Ah, I hear angry voices. Wait, are the angry voices here? Because I would like to put fire on angry voices here. No? Then I don't know where that angry voice comes from. It's just the walls. Arr, arr. Stay there, don't move. Why you have to... Oh, why do you do that? You are taking away the happiness of the fire charge. It is a lot more satisfying than it probably should be, but to just lay fire on the ground and have the baddies walk into it is super exciting. Well, if not exciting, very amusing. Oh, that is why... See, now that is why I needed more diorite. No, andesite, because I need the walls. The wall of sight of Andy. Oh, and that... Oh my goodness, I banged my face in the Mickey box. Okay, thank you very much. Oh my goodness. Moon Girl, for using the 2,000 viewpoints on Tuesday's Child. Very much appreciated. This face loves it. Alright, thank you very much, Moon Girl. We need some walls. There we go. Oh, we have more than we need right there. So what should we do? Oh, okay, arrows. Stack them if you got them. Excellent. Yeah, I don't know when Mickey Box started, but it's become a thing that I do not wish for it to go away. Thank you for these nice... Oh, sorry, I missed that. Moon Girl, I would like to add Adalbar in there as a great streamer as well. Always welcoming. I 100% agree with that. 100%. Oh, sorry. Ooh. Need those pants. I don't have any pants. Oh. I got the pants! Use those pants. Pants with no... no strength to them whatsoever. Yes, and if anybody has not gone seen either Aldebar or Cosmic stream yet, please do so. They're two incredibly kind people with a lot of very nice, very cool content. Yeah, you will not be disappointed, and they're oh so welcoming every single time. Oh, what did I miss? Oh, some of the chat. I'm missing it. Saving up for the Icarus. Nice. You've been on many a stream, so you should probably be close. I don't think I've seen you use it on Tuesday's Child or anything in a while. Alright, cool. So that's... So we'll probably get to... I think we should probably be able to get the pillars on this side finished. Mostly finished and lava lit. We may need to hold off on getting the stair parts in, because those will require more andesite, and I don't know how much of that we are going to have. This is... Yes, this is correct. Okay. You're at 11,000. I'm glad everyone likes the Tuesdays Child one, but it is one that could easily eat up your points. Locke, why did you fall? No. Do I have Cobbly on me? I have the Cobbly. Excelente. Well, almost didn't get that Elytra out there in time. Nearly nasty. It's almost a Steven-shaped splat on the flyer. I guess that's one of those things people are going to be rooting for now is death by high place. We're going to be rooting for my demise now that I've included a prize in it, or a reward. Alright, need to do 2 more of those. Yeah, let's go up. We'll throw in some of you. And we'll throw in a little bit more andesite. And we'll go up with stone. Excellent! You redeemed Icarus a while ago, and I had seemed to save up worth a year. Bingo or no bingo? Noted. Noted. So everyone, remember what I said about Cosmic being sweet and welcoming? It's true, but she's also evil. Whoosh afar, and whoosh coming back. Aw, man. Go in here. There's too many baddies hanging out on that side. And they're not going to go away anytime soon. Actually, you know what we need to do? Let's make a shield. I don't think I have any iron on my person. Should be iron in here. Good. A door? Why do I have a door? Huh? Well, that's a bit bizarre. I don't remember getting a door ever. It's nice to have a lot of makey boxes all over the place. It's not enough wood. There we go. It's funny, I was almost forgetting how to make a shield, but I've seen Firepith speedrun so many times now, it's ingrained in my mind. A door for when... That's right. For when I run out of breath underwater. Necessary. That's so funny. Not this guy, that's for sure. Alright. Oh, weird. My brain, I just did not realize I started building this one first instead of the other one. Ho ho ho. Oh, Steven. Your brain is so not all there sometimes. Alright. Yes, Frostburn. Thank you. Thank you, Firebreath. What am I doing? Right. Oh! There you go. There's a bingo thing. Steven forgets what he was doing. Boop! It's up on the screen now. That one's almost always guaranteed. Oh, bangs his face. Indeed. Indeed. I think the rest just gets filled in. So we are on our way. Bingo is now a thing. It's weird that they clicking on this always, but just hold it. There's this weird stutter thing. Oh well. Wait a second, is this incorrect? That is incorrect. You two need to not be there. You're stone, stone. These two get cobblestoned. That is correct. This is where the lava gets poured down. You wouldn't have noticed unless I pointed it out? Ah. Go through everyone's names in the house, including me. And you can join me in my... Alistair, thank you and welcome. Glad you can make it. Oh, it ducked. Oh, what am I doing? I could have totally lit that on fire. I have to make use of these blast charges I get from trading with Linda. Wait, are there any creepers over here? Let's see. To keep these blast charges at the ready because they're hilarious. Alright, so that pillar's done. Well, not done, but it's... this structure's built. Let's do... that, and then we can do a bunch of andesite on this one. And go all the way to the top. And I probably oh, it's weird. Come on, don't do this. So yes, I've got this fancy new mouse, which makes me very happy. But the next purchase, it's not going to be a huge purchase monetarily, just I have to it'll be more to do than actually buy. I'm going to be, but a mouse isn't a trackpad. I know, but Wooten hardware. Well, it's an ergonomic gaming mouse because my wrist has been giving me some grief lately, so I wanted to get something that was going to let me keep playing, but in a way that didn't hurt so much. So yes, I know. I was. I honestly thought about you and the trackpad when I was getting it. Maybe I should really give the trackpad another go. But it's the Logitech D502 Hero, I think it's called. It's pretty great. It has 11 programmable buttons on it, most of which I will probably not use because I get confused by multiple buttons as it is. But yeah, between now and the 80s when you could just get in sweatbands instead of sweatbands. The root of booing trackpads. True. Oh, the sweatbands to help your wrist, yeah. But no, I'm pretty pleased with it so far. So I'm, as you said, hooray for new hardware. And as I mentioned, thank you again. Oh! Dang. All right, that's 2. That's 2 bingos. Or 2 incidents. Only 4 more. That one had a weird stutter to it. I was trying to get my wings out a few times. And it just didn't happen. Double dang. Well then. Yard sale, that's right. Aldebar's back. Welcome back. Brought you stairs or snacks with you, good sir? Is that everything? Oh, they're my boots. Okay, I was like, what happened to my boots? Alright, as per usual, we have to do the inventory sorting stuff. Silk touch. No, Chevelle, axe. Bow. Yoop, 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 yoop. Food down here. Excellent. And then andesite. Oh, we're almost at a stone. Alright, well, now that we're down here, let's go get some stone. So we got 2 out of 6 bingos. Jesus, it is totally a mob wall. Get all the stone out of here while so that I can safely come back and say yes, there is no more stone in there. Oh no, we've got andesite stairs. Excellent. Cool, I thought we were going to run out of andesite before the stairs. Jumble sale. Ah, Moon Girl. Still love you. I missed him dying? Come on! No. We just clearly go to one of these stone-filled ones and grab it from there. So what I should do is grab it from these ones first. Just sort of slowly empty all of these chests. Yeah. That's what I should do. Alright. Obviously, this is going to be a car boot sale. Not on this side of the pond. Oops, let's do this. Like that. And then stone the rest of the way up. There we go. Very nice, very nice. Especially the dying part. Oh, come on! Really? I may have to stop going that way. Uh-oh. Need to get up there and grab my stuff quickly. So many things for sale. Oh my goodness. This is bad. Very bad. Did I grab everything? I did not. Oh. Pants, boots, helmet. shield, Shael. Now do I have everything? I do not. Why did it have a bed on me? One last quick check to make sure that was everything. Because that was an explosion. Explosion of stuffs. It's funny, I totally jumped off there. Forgetting. Ah! Please don't blow me up. Creepy creeper. Great, now I can't go to bed. Curses. Alright, let's sort the inventory since we're going to have to do a little bit of battling to clear out the, clear out the area of monsters. Okay, it's far enough away now. Yep, another yard sale. There should be a bee. Should there be the bee and I allotted for bingo now? Oh, I guess that's not something we talked about. I guess because it hasn't been clarified. Oh yes, you're right. So, yes, thank you, Moon Girl. Come to talk to you about your extended warranty. Runs away. Now let's get out in the open so things will burn. And I can just take a moment to, Alright, sort my inventory out here. Axe. 2. Bow. Keep you down. Water bucket. I don't even remember having a water bucket on me. Doing extremely well with managing my inventory. Still love that. The straight-armed crumb flying up into your mouth. So you must, you must have to just crush the food in your hand with such force that crumbs go flying up, and you have to hope that you catch it in your mouth for nourishment's sake. Check my Enderman before doing this. Good point. I should look at the ground when I do this from now on. Excellent point, my friend. Excellent point. Same mouse started. Oh, I missed it. You didn't come with food. I don't have metallic jaws. I do not. I do not. Alright, where was I? Oh yeah, that's one thing we haven't discussed, is can you have multiple of the same per stream? So we may have to discuss that at some point. We've already done that one. Because if that's the case, bingo will happen almost every single time from the where was I alone. So I don't know if I want to do that because it feels like it would be... Just grinding my way through that... You don't think I should be able to do multiple of the same? Okay. There wasn't another bingo as in something different. It was another yard sale. We'll just go this way and that just because it'll be a lot easier. Cool. So now all of those have been built to the top. Actually, let's put a pause on those for now because then I'd have to do the pillar work at the very top first, and that takes a while to do. What time is it now? It is 11:15. Yeah, we're about halfway through the stream, so let's put a pause on the pillars for now. Got those front ones built out nicely, which is good. And let's take a look at some house designs. So these houses, probably going to be built using terracotta. So these, I'm just going to use stone for now. You fly through bingo every time, yeah. Cool, thanks, Alistair. Oh, have you seen the lava? Oh, wait. Oh, as soon as I take aim. Scale you out for a stroll. Yeah. Go pick those arrows up because they're hot commodity. Saw it briefly on Twitter. So this is them's. So basically we've got these the wall pillars up the corner to hide the lava to a degree, but then there's stairs going all the way up with lava pouring down the middle. And the lights, actually, since you haven't seen it, when it gets darker again, I'll go and stand on the tree farm over there so you can get a good glimpse of how it lights up. Lava, best lighting technique. It's actually, and it's very efficient in terms of use because it's just one lava pour up at the top that extends over to the two sides. So instead of having to do like sea lanterns all the way down or redstone torches or whatever we choose to do, it's just one pour at the top, and it is very efficient. All right, so let's take a look at some house shapes, shall we? And these are just going to be temporary builds to explore shapes. Making sure you're not showing guests around when a creeper explodes. Yeah, no kidding. That's an excellent point. Although I don't know because it's actually... Ooh, what's going on there? There we go. It's basically done in a way that the lava doesn't pour... Oh, it does pour out. Oh my gosh. That's hilarious. Alright, so for today's lesson, we will not just take random bits of lava out going forward. Alright. That's hilarious. Oh, right, that's what I was going to do. I was going to dig out the bottom. That's hilarious. It was originally going to be done like that. Now I have to dig this out from the back. Basically, it was going to go down into the block there so that it intentionally would not spill over. Oh, did I drop the block? I must have lost it in the lava. Alright. Sorry while I clean up my shenanigans. It burned. Sadness. Alright, so regular stair. Okay, and a side stair. Cool. It burns! Oh my gosh, the pain. You can go like that, and boop. That should do it. And there and there. And that, and we'll do another one there. So I may have to go and retrofit all of these to bring them up to safety standards. So that was my original plan, was to have all of them go 2 deep or 1 block deeper so the lava would flow down. But you're right though, if a creeper comes and explodes here, then it's still going to be a lava fest. Oh, and then everyone's going to lose their stuff. That's super dangerous. Uh-oh. There's an Enderman over there. Be careful. Do not look up into its eyes. I see you, Ender Dude. Alright. Enough tempting death. Let's go and actually work on some things. Alright, so one of the stairs was going to be very basic. you know, 4 high. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like this. So those are how many was that? That's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These may be too small, but perhaps not. It does bug me that they would be slightly off-centered, but oops. As in non-symmetrical, so. But in terms of the height of the houses, I think it would be nice to have some. I'm gonna have some birch. I'm gonna grab dirt for the sake of color contrast, and that's the only reason. Let's put back these stairs so that I remember where they were with all the other stairs. Doot and doot. And then we'll grab some dirt. But in the end, it's probably going to be done with terracotta. Oh my goodness. Oh, this one, okay. And before we get too far, let's go to sleep because it is that time of day. Bedtime and tea sipping time. Oh, I missed that cosmic. Lava doesn't pour out. Lava pours out. Indeed. Yeah, no one's allowed to come here and just allowed to come in here to destroy this on purpose. That would be just cold-hearted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I realize basing these all on stairs will not leave much room for creative building. Or like, not a whole lot of room for creativity since it's all going to be stair themed. So probably have flooring going on like such, you know. Can I reach it? I cannot. So yeah. I should have kept some stairs on me. Always good to have a spare set of stairs. Mm-hmm. Yeah, fair enough. 'Tis true, 'tis true. Well, no. Intentionally causing someone's death is not bad, he's saying. Just destroying their property is bad. That's where the door would actually come in handy, so. Oh, it's funny, we've got some grass growing here. That's lovely. So we'd have 3, 4, and then the 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So then the top section would be like this. Is that correct? It is. Fantastic. It's funny that a 4-meter drop will cause injury, but a 3-meter drop won't. Imagine falling 3 meters. It would totally wreck the ankles. So it's tough to get it to be exactly right, because if you want to have some kind of... I could either make the ceilings 4 high, which is always a possibility. At some point, the flooring is going to get a little bit weird, so I need to figure it out. Do this. Yeah, I guess we'll do this with the floor for now. He's gonna have a little cozy bedroom up here. That ceiling seems like it's too low. Cool. So this would be like super basic, and not necessarily those windows, but that would be one of the houses. So the houses are new to me. What's the plan, lore, etc.? Oh, this is at the base of the temple. This path is going to come out. It was going to be just sort of this path that disappeared, but it's actually going to continue off. I'm going to take all of this down, and I'm taking out like all of this stone and replacing it with grass, and then putting the town of Asteria in here. Yeah. So, and I forget who it was. It might have been Lennox or Manmade who were on the chat, and they asked which goddess is worshipped at this temple, and because I had already come up with the name Asteria for the town, I've decided that's going to be the name of the goddess. So they all worship the goddess of Asteria, and as such built this temple to worship and commemorate her. And then the entire town will be built around this place of worship. So they're going to have stair-shaped houses. And it'd be kind of cool eventually to get some villagers in here and let them put some beds in and stuff. And so this is essentially what I want some of the houses to look like. And so there's going to be a main street that has a market on it. So, you know, this is one house shape. Oops. Another house shape. Oh, wait. So basically these are going to be all of the house shapes, depending on which corner of the town they are in. But I hadn't really thought about it. Whoa, you're telling me that there are other gods for the aura to play with? Indeed! And I totally forgot, that could be a building shape as well. I'm not sure where that would come into play, but that's totally a possibility. And the marketplace is going to be lined with buildings that are kind of essentially this shape. And actually, let's get some wood. I would like to build out some of these with the fences. I don't necessarily need to do all of these ones because they'll look similar to this, but to the place. Oh no, I was gonna say to the place where wood is stored, and that would be over here. Did we waste a resource? Almost. Not to the woodery. There should be sticks in here. Oh, excellent. And there's a makey box over here. Oh, whatever. Here I am trying to be speedy about it. Boop. And then I do not need rotten flesh. Cool. So yeah, but essentially the goal is to go up here, and there will be no ladders in these houses to climb up. It will all be this is what I don't like, is a ceiling that's super low. So I may actually have to... Actually, I'll do what I did with the temple. So there'll be no stairs going up into it, but I'll keep the entrance at floor level. And that way I can have a... oops. This way I can have a floor level entry with a 3 high ceiling. That's what I want, is a 3 high ceiling, just make it look more spacious. That's better. And then that would be fine if we do that. Or I say there would be no ladder in here, but a ladder might be better in terms of making the most of the space, because you'll bang your head eventually. Nope. So where would you bang your head? You bang your head here. It's okay, you can still have this. Maybe we'll do that. Little sleeping area up here. That may not be enough room. We'll see. But essentially, then we would go like that. And that may not be enough fence post. Yeah, so you could come up and have a nice deck. And so they're going to be, the houses, the plan is to do them in a terracotta color so that they look, I'm not sure of the right style, but basically have it so that I don't want them to look fancy or like specific time period or whatever. It's almost like you happen across, I guess I want them to look like sort of desert village-ish in terms of style, but not use sand because it's not in the desert. Timeless, I guess. Yeah, I guess, you know, like oh, this is probably not the best description. I'm just trying to think. Like if you had seen any some old time like Jerusalem or Bethlehem stories movies when you were younger, they'd have this almost like a, it's not really a stucco kind of thing, but basically as though it was built with stone and then it had this sort of white colored plaster put over top of it. That's the kind of look I would like. Yeah, but I'm not sure. But then I guess the other, yeah, a marketplace would look like this. You might as well put them side by side. Let's just do that so we can compare. So we'll leave a nice little comfortable alleyway. 1, 2, 3, 4. Head of stone. Egad. I'll just take these down for now because we don't need those anymore. What's tough though, because I'm always trying to make them, and I feel like if I make them to scale, it feels like it's too small. Like this is, if you go to a village, like their house is maybe this big on the inside or maybe 3 wide and that's it. And it just feels so cramped to me. But, you know, if that's the size house that villagers usually have, then who am I to say, that's wrong, dude? What do I have that I don't need? Oh yeah, that random bed. What is that? Alright, random bed, you go here. And snow. Oh my goodness, the snow. It's never needed. Keeping the fire charges on me because I want to light one of these things up with fire one of these days. I guess I don't really need the dirt on me anymore. I was going to use that as like ground filler, but cool. Alright, oops, and then back to here. Oops. Rushing things and messing things up. This is the way. Alright, cool. flower deity. Nice. So true, so true. Oops. That's 4, so this would be filled in as ceiling? Yes. It would. But probably wood. Maybe not wood. I'm gonna go over like this. So this is what I envision most of the marketplace homes will look like. It's essentially where villagers will sell their goods and live in the upper compartment. Well, that's useless, Steven. Way to go. Oops. Then we will do... It seems really wide, but I guess that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that is correct. Actually, for a market... No, I was going to say, we don't necessarily have to do that, but then my brain's like, dude, this is all about the stairs. Of course you have to do that. Do that. That can be a window all the way across there if we like. But like that as well. Cool, thank you. Nope, that's not right. I don't think I'm not going to put the stairs right here because that would be annoying when you come right into the door. Stairs. I'll probably have to go up that way. Yeah, but essentially, this is just like early roughing it in. 2, 3, 4. I'm not actually done. This is my first time building it out, so even though I've had the idea in my head for a little while, it's, as a lot of you know, one thing in mind is completely different when you actually go to do it. Oh, thanks, Ripeth. It seems only appropriate. Tries to cushion my blow with a little elytra use, but takes the knee damage anyway. Another thing I was thinking might be interesting to do for material is the bone block or whatever it's called. Oh, look, it's the Wandering Trader. Joyous. Yeah, I hear ya. I don't always feel right offing them. Where's the cosmic trader exterminator when you need one? Alright, so... almost done with this here ceiling. Oh my goodness, that got really dark. Ah, we should not let this stay dark. Alright. Yep, I see you. No, thank you. And then probably wouldn't hurt. Oops. That was a really weird spin around thing. Oop, light that up. I think from a living quarters, this is nicer because it'll be a lot of space in the front there, and then we need more wood. More wood! Alright. I need to get some more wood shortly. And then we'll just do this, and that, and that, and this. And we need a spruce trapdoor, which is that. Yes. Oh, that was a waste. Forgot I have the what do we call it? The stone cutter, or the stone cutter, wood cutter thing over there? That. Oh, did I go too high with that? 1, 2, 3, 4. I did go. I was feeling a little bit heavy. So I'll have to go inside and make sure that the yeah. Well, that's only going to leave a too... How does that work now? Only leave a too high ceiling? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, McFly. 0 qualms. I'm but merely an observer. Oh my goodness. I should put starves to death as one of them as well. Oh! Final swipe, but he's down. Alistair McFly makes his return to the Citadel with great... Well done, sir. Well done. That's awesome. I'm going to go sleep. I'll be right back. Oh, thank you. Nice. I have to go sleep. I'll be right back. There you have it. Alistair McFly. Oh, right. Alistair. Time to you for run. Yeah, no worries, Aldebart. Thanks for popping by. Oh, Alistair, if you're here, come check out the nighttime view. This is where it shines, literally and figuratively. Thanks again for popping by, Aldebar. Always a pleasure to have you here. Yeah, and today we will be. This is how it's looking so far. Yeah, pretty pleased with it. Cool. Thanks. So this is gonna be good. Once the entire top section is lit as well, that'll have the same sort of glowy feeling, and it'll be. I mean, it looks monumental already, just given its sheer size. But once it's lit, and mob protected, I think it's gonna be even better. Oh yeah, thanks Aldebar. You didn't have to. Appreciate you hanging out, but yeah, it look good once it's done. When you have lava flowing down the staircase, maybe. Have a good one, Aldebar. And then maybe a bit of a raid and run, but we're going to raid Aldebar after this stream today. Because try to flip flop back and forth between Aldebar and Joel, and Alistair wants to help. Hilarious. And if I do, no, if I do it, I will definitely call you for help. I'm not sure it's going to be part of the design, but if I do, I'll let you know. I'm not pushing him off. He just helped me with my exterminating my unwanted traitor. Cool. All right, now I need to go to bed. Want to beam up, energize. Oof. Oh, it'd be cool if you could actually have it do the energized thing. Please, no blowing up. I wasn't attacked. Phenomenal! Alright, let's go see if there are any burning skeletons. My favorite. Why? Because you can just walk around and pick up all kinds of arrows. Sadly, no skeletons. Wait, I need some new pants. Did you get pants for me? Nope. Sadly, no pants. Alright, well, no skeletons and no pants. The two things I need. Boom. Just a zombie hanging out in the water. Alright, so I need to figure out... Clearly, I need to figure out the floor a little bit more. Llama head. Just hanging out. So if this... If we go in here, and this is 1, 2, 3 high... See, it works here, which is odd. You walk in at floor level, you've got 1, 2, 3. And you walk up here, and the floor from downstairs ends up being the floor for this, and you get 1, 2, 3. But maybe it's because Cosmic has joined the game. Wait. Is there just a skeleton sound? Thought I heard an arrow shot. Over here it's a little bit different in the sense that that floor should be coming out all the way. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This might be different. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Well, visually, to keep them looking like stairs on the outside, it's going to have to do... Because you're in the dark? Because you were in the dark. Right. Arachnid problem. I do have an arachnid problem. Alright. So from the outside, in order to keep the stair theme going, it needs to look something like this. And then we'll probably use... something like this all the way around with a trap door. Get in and out. And then like a garden? Sorry, I'm not sure what that question was in reference to. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't like that. Nope. That is not the Mickey box. I got you, okay. Like this, because we'll probably need more of these. Well, as many as I can make. Let's just do that. Fantastic. Only 7. Oh my gosh. What a waste. Although that should serve my purposes just for now, since this is just trying to figure it out. Floor looks pretty high up here now that I think about it, so... Jeez, I thought that was going to come and attack me. How long has it been since you're on the server that... Oh, really? I'm just working on some house ideas right now, so this is, just returning from a lurk. So I'm just trying to figure out what I want this to look like. Because I could always go across the top with some walls as well. Or I could always do... Let's make some more trapdoors. Ugh, don't need that. Don't need any bug eyes. Trapdoors. Probably that many. 14. Fantastic. 8. Yeah, 14. 14 should do it. So I don't know if this is going to look the way I have in mind, but I'm just... something like that. But I don't necessarily like the way these fence posts are, so it might be... Let's go back and make some fences. I believe I should be able to make a fence straight from here as opposed to... No, I cannot. Ooh. Interesting. Oh, right. I need sticks. Sticks, and then... Oh, am I gonna stop it? Cool. Alright. So if we're not doing something like that, then perhaps we should look into... Probably putting fence posts all along there. Hey Lennox, welcome back. Welcome back. Oops, need to eat some food. Food is important. So is not wasting resources. That's not bad. I don't know that I like the, just the loose bottoms on them like that. So I guess the only way to avoid that is if you do, like if you did a gate. I said, what was I doing again? And fell from a high place. So there's... Oh, no, the first one was... Where was I? Fell from a high place, and... I forget now. What was it? Yeah, where was I? Yard sale. And... Oh. Maybe there were only 2. Yeah, I think there were only 2. So we may have to add things to this list to make it go along, like, or at least raise the potential a little bit higher. There were only 2 so far, that's right, which would bring up the bingo and a single dab. So apologies on the confusion there. All right, let's take... But what if we did... Because you can't really attach... It's weird looking. Let's go make some signs. I feel like signs might be a possible thing to be possible. Need more wood. And 2 yard sales. Right. Oh, that's what it was. Maybe I thought I did the 2 yard sales would have been... oh, random button I don't need. Oops, and this is going to produce far more wood than I need. That's okay. Oops, do that. Guess things I don't need. There we go. And then we can always put some spare wood. Nope! I was gonna say we could put some spare wood in there, but we cannot. We can put some spare wood in there. And we can run back to bed because I can hear the crickets. And crickets means danger. Oh. It's the Cosmic Dancer! Oh. Hello, chicken! Welcome. Very Cosmic, I will be right back, because it's sleeping time. Oof, bangs my head every single time. So what brings you over here? Pants! Oh my gosh, vomiting arrows like crazy. That's awesome. Thank you so much. I was like a super excited jump. Let's... Awesome. Thank you so much. Oops. What do I not need? You. Protection 4? Put your pants on, Steven. Where'd she go? I lost track of which way there she is, of course. Distract me with a chicken in shiny pants and then place all kinds of flowers. Thanks, Cosmic! You're awesome! That's funny. Oh, lovely now. The way she left was magical. Is she still here or is she heading out? She must be going out the portal. We got some baddies hanging out in the dark there. Just waiting to come and knock us down a few pegs. Alright. So let's go and, what were we doing? Yes, the sign. There. Sign, doot. Alright. I don't know if the sign thing is going to work. I just want to see what it might look like. No, it's too high. And it does that floaty thing. Oof. Not a fan of the floaty thing. Why does it go that way? So I stand at it looking like this. Can you not put them? Oh, I thought you could put them on wooden posts, but I guess you can't. Thanks again, Cosmic. Well, I don't know that I like that. Alright. Let's just do this. We won't keep walking back and forth. Gate. Right, I always forget that it's just the opposite. We do that. Let's not do that. Sticks. So 7. Not bad. And then sticks, we have nowhere for them to go. Iron pants don't need to be there anymore. And what else do I not need? That's fine for now. Alright, cool. Stepped away. The only... Why is the bee... Well, because there were only 2 things that happened, Moongirl. I made a mistake. So one of the things brings up Bingo. And so Forgetting where I was brought up bingo, and the falling from a high place brought up the first blot. So there wasn't actually a second blot to do yet. That was my mistake. Because I think there's only 2 things that happened. It's just that one of them happened twice. Ugh. Not enough. Maybe a combination of the 2. Those feel like they're a bit high. And the fences, I don't like the finishing on the fences. What if I did that? Well, that's definitely a bit odd. I don't know that I hate it. I think it's just weird because those fence posts don't line up with anything. Perhaps something like this. This is one of the things I want to try to do is, even though these houses are going to look fairly similar, I haven't done a whole lot of things that have sort of explore different materials together, so I want to take time and figure these out properly. Since this is in like a all spruce area in terms of trees, it makes sense to just use whatever we can find spruce wise. I might go get some birch as well because I like the lighter birch color. I like the gates along there. Or at least I think I like the gate. At the moment, I love the gates along there. Long term, not too sure. So I need to make some more sticks. If I do that... Oh, fence gate. I was like, wait, why is that not a gate? That's what I wanted. Just confusing myself there is all. So kind of like those. There's something that doesn't... Yeah, I know. With this it's not going to stay stone. The top's it's actually going to be a terracotta material. I'm going to go to the mesa my goodness, mesa masamea, the mesa biome, and actually get some clay and do some terracotta, different colored terracotta throughout the town. So the stone is just the structure. I'm just trying to figure out like what this marketplace thing will look like here. So then depending on what kind of villagers here, I might put like some barrels or some compost things in there. Just basically the tools of their trade in there as well. But this one is still, it's gonna bug me though because I don't know that there's a good way to... There's not going to be any way around it. This is going to be a too high interior. I mean, unless I leave it like this, and that's always a possibility. Looks weird in here. I mean, the interior is what the interior is, as long as on some level. So I could do like sleeping quarters up here, and maybe like a sometimes you have nooks in houses where people go, like a reading nook or something. So maybe that's what that can be. Whoa. Hello. Oh, so the rewards for bingo that I can remember. First bingo, Steven has to... I'm sorry, I missed that in chat. what do we win when we get bingo? I created a new channel in Discord with all the bingo rules, and so the Cosmic has first bingo. Yes, those are right, I believe. The rest of the stream without Elytra. Yep, that's right. I should actually create a command for that as well. Wonder what we should call it. So, not bad. Let's go and feel like we need some stairs around the outside of it. Oh, I wasn't even paying attention. I used all the wood. Fantastico. I mean, it's funny that I'm spending so much time trying to design this just right. They're not even going to stay there. I want to have a good amount of space between... Like, I might have whatever this space is be exactly the same again before the town starts, just to give it sort of its... Not sure the right word for it, but like enough, like treat it as something special. Like that's one of the rules of graphic design. If you want something to look special, put all kinds of space around it, and then it'll treat whatever's in the center of that white space as even more precious. Like back in the day when the new Volkswagen Beetle came out, they did exactly that same thing. Like the ads that came out were all stairs. Dude, fantastic. All of the ads were like a 2-page spread with nothing on it but like the beetle on one side and a little bit of text on the other side. So it was very much done in a way that treated the graphic or the photo of the Volkswagen Beetle as precious. Let's try to leave that way. Nope. I'll do this, and then can I do that? I can. Ooh, that's cool. Oh no, wait, and that would be, oh, this is where it gets a bit difficult because I don't want that to be just, or maybe not blocks in the corners. Alright, your work here is done. Oh, work here is done. What did you do? What did you do? I thought you left. Join the game. Uh-oh. Now I have to find out what Alistair did. Oh, thanks, Lennox. But maybe I'll just have to move the, this over one. Either over one this way or over one towards the middle some. So take that out. And make it a block. Oops. Oh, I haven't any blocks. That's part of my problem. Iron leggings, go away. So we did that. Took this out. Put it one step further. And then like this. Nope, not that way. We need that there trapdoor thing back first. Trapdoor. 7. Yeah, maybe something like that. Or maybe have it so you have to enter from the side. Something like that. So what did Alistair do? Cosmic said we were free to get rid of the chicken. Oh. Showed up and offed the chicken. Well, alright. I did not hear that, and chicken, dearly departed, the chicken, beloved chicken, was here for only a short while, but its stay was memorable. It brought joy to all of those who met Chicken, as brief as Chicken's life was. So we gathered here today to remember those special moments shared with Chicken while Chicken was still Chicken. Alright, I think I'm going to stop thinking about that one for now. I don't think I like this stair here. It seems to be weird now. But I guess if that's the case, then I don't have to worry about it. I can always move. I liked having the entrance where it was. Nice having it lined up with the door, so maybe I'll just do this. Thank you, thank you. Oh, now I don't like that. Oh my goodness, there's gonna be something I don't like about this no matter what, so. Now this seems weird. Don't dig it. I gotta figure out what to do. I guess the only way around it is to put like it off to the side or something like that. Actually might work well right there. Nope, that's not right. Why did you do that? Oh, because that one's still there. So if we did that again, it then took that out. Okay, that's better. That's better. Double trapdoor? I don't know. Oh, hey, Leg, how's it going? Glad you can make it. There's more of an either-or kind of thing. So if we put the trapdoor there on the side... Well, even if we took... something like that. It would be a bit, you know, inconvenient if I had to go in and out of this frequently, but I don't know that I will have to. I think it's more meant to set it up so that I can trade with the villagers that are here. But if I ever had to go in, I can just pop around to the side, so maybe that's what I'll do. Something like that. And of course it would have windows up at the top as well. It wouldn't be this crazy dark. Oops. How are you doing today, Lag? Glad you can make it in for my anniversary stream. For today is 1 year that I've been streaming on Twitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the wrong size. I made it 9 wide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. For shame, Steven. For shame. Unacceptable. It means you have to move the stairs as well. It's been my favorite memorable moment over the last year on here. Most memorable moment. That's a good question. It's been, like, overall, it's been just the amazing community that I've gotten to know through doing this. I remember getting affiliate, felt pretty darn cool. And that was in August of the same year. The PvP, actually the player versus player battle we did that one time, Alistair. That was pretty awesome. Oh, don't die, Steven. Also very happy to finish my spruce tree finally. Huh. Joel Duggan with the sleep. Maybe I should add the night owl one back in, because that's one. So like if Steven goes to sleep and someone else beats him to it, that's one thing. The spruce tree, yeah. The great spruce in the not the oak tree. But because the spruce tree, oh yeah. Finished that one a while ago. It was yeah, not Cosmic's oak tree. Get your tree straight, mister. It was, yeah, finishing off the spruce tree after it burning down was really nice to be able to do. But I don't know, it's been I think more a collection of moments, not just one single moment that made it amazing. But I've been enjoying the whole thing. You know, I like to get to the point where we do more kind of collaborative stuff in the Citadel, if people have the appetite for that. I think it'd be fun to do, if not co-streams, just like helping each other with projects. Because I love it when people pop by. Oh, can you reach it? You can. Yay! No, it's why I was wondering if we knew when the Citadel anniversary was offhand, because we kind of need to do a Citadel celebration of sorts. Like a Citadel's Day game or something like, or yeah, Citadel Field Day, where we could have a bunch of things going on. I think that could be fun. Tree is just a big boy sapling, that's right. Indeed it is. Oops. It's funny, sometimes I'm just so lazy and don't want to go through my inventory, so I just go and intentionally go out of my way to sample a block, so I don't have to worry about it. Alright, that's better. That's better. And then... Nope, not like that. Like that. And then... like that as well, but not to stay that way. That's just its placement. And then trapdoor. Trapdoor? Do we have? Yes, we have trapdoor still. Alright, and then place this. Oh, where'd it go? Trapdoor, trapdoor. And maybe not place it there, but place it there. Because if I want to come around the corner, I want to go like that. Whereas if I have it on the other side, I always banged into it. It made the space too narrow. Okay. So something potentially like that, although with these windows planned out a little bit more. Something like that. Something like that. But again, we've got time. We'll figure it out. Cool, so that would be like a marketplace house, potentially. Where the villager would share its goods. I don't like that the space is wonky on the inside. I guess we can always do that again if we need to. So once it's set up for the villager, we shouldn't need to get back in at all. Looks like a slime face? What looks like a slime face? Oh, this? Yeah, the llama head. We could... use something like this, and then just replace it with stairs. You'd have a nice little way to get up here easily. Perhaps, but I don't think I have any more stairs on me. I do not, so I need to go make some more stairs. Oh, the building windows. Oh yeah, that's true. That'd be a fun idea, actually, having like buildings with the windows inspired by creeper faces or creature faces. Woo. Oops. Oof, let me get up. There. That makes it at least look a little bit more finished on the inside. Don't know if anyone catch the reference, but Grian wouldn't approve a build like that because the length is an even number. I don't get the approve reference, but no, I've been trying. That's one of the things I've been trying to figure out, actually, is do I do it so that it's even? Because this entire build here is even. It's just, built on the idea of being binary, where it's, I'm not sure if you were here for that when I built the stairwell Linux, but it's, this whole thing is binary. So 1, then the next one up is 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, and then the entire stairs is 64 by 64. So I was struggling to try to figure out if I wanted to do this so that it was 4 by 4, because it would give me nice, well, ideally it would give me a nice 3 high ceiling inside, or I was potentially going to do them 5 by 5, which would make them bigger, which is cool, but potentially too big. But you know what? Since we're talking about it, let's just do this. Let's see what a 3 by 3 looks like. Probably too small, but it might be all that is needed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. So this will be a very small domicile with almost like the ones you would see. Oh, this will be too small upstairs. It would definitely need a ladder. 2, 3. Still fun to figure it out. I mean, you would never know sometimes unless you do it. Leave that little window there. Let's be a very low ceiling. We did this. So this is small enough that it would need a ladder instead of a door, but that's okay. Green almost only builds with odd numbers. Kind of a meme when it's... Ah, gotcha. Oops. No stone. Let's just do andesite for now so we don't have to go looking for it. We're going to be tearing these down anyway. Actually, let's not use andesite because it's a precious commodity. Let's just go get more stone because there's a ton of it. Probably literally, well, were this real, literally metric tons of this stuff. It's just nice that I left those walls incomplete. This isn't too shabby, actually. Like I said, it's definitely going to make this upper area small, but if you put the bed right there so that was a sleeping... Minecraft is life. I'm sorry, Cosmic, you're correct. This is 100% real. So we did that. Probably the little window there above the bed, so you can actually have a little bit of light and not get it to have a mob spawn on your bed. That'd be always fantastic. Oops. Nope, not like that. fences? We've got fences! All right on. Oh, we need food! Right on! Breathe a sigh of Alright, I'm happy to stand corrected. That little 3x3 home every once in a while? It's gonna be awesome. Look at that. It's a great little house. Cool. Right on. Okay, so we've got a 4x4 house. I think the 4x4 house works better than the 4x4 marketplace. Because that's just, unfortunately, this is weird. Again, the interiors though people won't be visiting, so it's not the end of the world. So, I mean, I could always treat this. Oh, maybe that's what I'll do. It'll be a little sleeping area up here because everyone needs to sleep in their home. Then maybe I'll make this like a supply storage area up here as well. And that's what I could do under the stairs. Put some barrels into the stairs. Nice. All right, cool. That would be a disappointing end to the world if it was. Yeah. True. Alright, let's make some... I don't know if I have what I need on me to make barrels. Let's just try. Barrels, no, I need more wood for one. So let's just do that. Some more wood first. And then we'll make some barrels. I like the sound of that. What need I not? It's always the same question, like, what can I just chuck? You know, all of this stuff is useful. Whatever, we can just put something in here temporarily. Like, oh, we got stone there. Let's put some more stone in because stone is everywhere. There we go. Let's do 1, 2. Wait, that's not right. It's 6 of those from 1. Oh yeah, okay. So I want 12. That's good. Make as many barrels as we can. Ooh, 6 barrels. Fantastico. Nice. I like that. Cool. We'll figure out different stair materials as well. I feel like those stairs should probably be wood. Yeah, but if we did it up like this was a big storage area up here as well, that'd be kind of neat. Like barrels and crates and stuff. Okay. Neat. Alright, well I've got some more figuring out to do. This is a lot of fun. I haven't done any kind of building things at all. I'm not sure what I want the colors of them to be, but maybe what I'll do next time is next stream we'll head out to the mesa perhaps. Well, I shouldn't say next stream for sure, because I may be a combination of... I know I need to go get some more materials for this build. I also need, or I want to do another drawing stream soon, and I want to do some more work on Cosmic's Oak Tree. So I'm not sure exactly what it is that I'm going to be doing. However, I am going to be streaming Tuesday again at 7:30 in the evening, Atlantic Daylight Savings Time. It is now 12:30 on Sunday, which brings this stream time to a close. I want to thank you all very, very much for joining me today on my anniversary stream. Thanks, Alistair. Much appreciated. Nice to have 2 cameos on the stream as well. We had Alistair and Cosmic show up. That's great. thank you all so much for being here and being a part of my, as cheesy as it sounds, my Twitch journey over the past year, because it's been amazing. So glad to have been able to start this, and so glad to have you all here. Yeah, have a great rest of the day, everyone, and we'll be catching you in a stream somewhere soon. Just hang tight here because we are going to raid. Oh, Lag, thank you so much for the bits. That's awesome. 100 bits from Lag. Nice. That's an awesome way to end the stream. Much appreciated. So hang tight, everyone. I'm just going to go into thank you mode here, but we're going to raid Aldebar. So if you hold tight, and we'll be heading on over that way. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Take care. Bye.